Alright, I'm not sure how long I haven't been recording for, so I'm just going to assume nothing I said caught. Anyway, what I was saying before, because the recording just stopped by itself. So, the Sunry case is an instance... The Sunry case is an instance in Star Wars, in Knights of the Old Republic, where the writing, I feel, falters slightly. It's not necessarily the fault of the writers, it's more the fault of the premise. Because here we have an instance where we have a man who's guilty. The idea behind this quest was to be that we would have a good group who's in the wrong, and a bad group who's in the right. And would you obstruct justice to help the people who are altogether better, or would you follow justice and benefit those who are objectively worse? But the problem is, the Sith are the ultimate evil of the galaxy. Like, hands down, for sure, we know this as a fact. So it's not a good group in the wrong and a bad group in the right. It's a good group in the wrong and the ultimate evil that's in the right. And it justifies obstructing justice to stop the ultimate evil. Because, like, the Sith Empire, it's not just like, you know, oh, they're kind of naughty and the bad. No, the Sith Empire are, like, the equivalent of, like, the United States gets a lot of shit for, like, doing drone strikes. Because, like, those drone strikes are imprecise and will hit civilians sometimes, or miss their targets. Well, the Sith Empire is the equivalent of the United States. Instead of just doing drone strikes, every one of their drones also fired nukes, and they didn't give a shit whether civilians were at the place they were firing. Like, that is the Sith. The Sith nuke planets arbitrarily. Like, Terrace isn't even the first planet they've nuked. Karth's homeworld was also nuked by the Sith. I don't think as bad, but like, fucking, they wiped Terrace off the planet, and these Sith people that are here, they're just like, yeah, we did that, what about it, bitch? It's like, okay, yeah, you guys are clearly evil. So, it comes down to, I find it acceptable to obstruct justice here, because it is the Sith. Because I'm certain the original intent, it was, you know, are you going to follow through on justice, but hurt the Republic, or are you going to do what's right, or are you going to help the Republic and do what's wrong? But that problem is complicated due to the nature of the Sith. And we know for a fact they're evil, or at least us as the player, which is the people of whom is the morals that it's being tested. I feel like something that would have been a lot better is if they had Circa Corp here on Manon, and like had them get like a little bit of Kolto to sell. They're not necessarily selling it to the Sith or anybody, like they're selling it to hospitals on Coruscant for like a heavy markup or something like that. So you have Circa Corp here, and there's just a very little presence because Manon's not big on, you know, Manon probably wouldn't like Circa Corp very much. So you have a Circa Corp, you know, high-up representative having an affair with Sunry and selling that information to the Sith. Because, you know, Circa Corp sucks, but they're not the ultimate evil in the galaxy. So all of a sudden that mixes things up, and you also like label it in such a way that, like, you know, if Circa Corp is you know, gets the ass end of this deal, then Circa Corp will get hurt, but make sure that it's implied that, you know, the Sith will just kind of back away and be like, well, we don't have much to do with them, and the Sith won't be affected very much. So now it works much better, because now you have a bad group that is helping the Sith a little bit, but won't ultimately hurt the Sith if they get outed, versus the Republic, which are the people we want to succeed. So now you have the Republic, the good guys who are in the wrong, and Circa Corp, the shitty guys who are in the right, without it being an existential crisis. I think that would have been a much better way to go about it. Also, the lack of Circa Corp here on Manon, it always just felt weird to me. So that's how I would have done it. Have Circa Corp selling Republic secrets to the Sith, but not necessarily in league with the Sith here. So, like, we're still kind of against the Sith, but it's more about Circa Corp than it is about the Sith itself. That's how I feel like that would have been a better way to go about this whole quest. Because the fact that the Sith are just the ultimate evil, you know, the Sunry murder trial can hurt the Republic and the Kolto supplies here on Manaan, or hurt the Sith here on Manaan, which is, you know, we're trying to stop the ultimate evil, or at least, you know, Jolie's, you know, the current ultimate evil. And we definitely don't want those next couple of rough centuries, so it makes the morality kind of iffy, if you actually sit down and think about the philosophy of the situation that we're in right now. So we're going to do our best to protect Sunry in the trial, because we're going by what it is, not what it could have been. And honestly, we want to hurt the Sith as much as possible, because the Sith are fucking the ultimate evil.
Jolie, coming to check in on an old man? I must confess, I would rather you were here to speak to the Warden and begin my trial.
Soon, old friend. But we don't want to go to trial until we've got the whole picture.
Oh, I grow weary of staring at these four bare walls. But I suppose you know what you're doing. You know, the role of Arbiter cannot be taken lightly. Go ahead, ask. Ask what you need to. I've got nothing to hide. A Rodian? I didn't know there were any Rodians on Manaan. Oh, except for Tyvark and this one named Glupar who was hanging around the hotel all the time. Okay, so maybe there are a whole bunch of Rodians on Manaan. But what does that matter? If he planted evidence at the scene, it's a clear sign of a frame-up. He probably took all the evidence of the real killer at the same time. The evidence of a Sith conspiracy keeps getting stronger, doesn't it? I suspect there's still stuff you want to clear up. Go ahead, ask. Ask what you need to. I've got nothing to hide. So the truth is out. I never meant to kill her, you know. When I found out she was a Sith spy using me to gain information, something inside me just snapped. She didn't know I had found out. So I waited until she fell asleep. And then I killed her. Simple, really. But once I realized what I'd done, I panicked. I contacted those spies from the Republic to help me. They found the illegal monitoring device that the Sith had planted in the room, altered its recording to hide my part in it, and cleared up the evidence. I figured that was the end of it. The Sith must have been spying on me and Alasa, trying to make sure she wasn't a double agent. They must have seen the Republic spies getting rid of all the evidence, and so they planted their own evidence. Alasa must have stolen that hero's cross from me long ago and given it to her Sith masters like some kind of trophy. I just thought I'd misplaced it. But when the cross turned up on her body, I knew the Sith had put it there. So, now you know the whole story. What are you going to do?
The Sith are... Okay, well... This is a complicated moral one. You're not exactly in the right, but you're not exactly in the wrong either. You shouldn't have been fucking the Sith lady, alright? That's really... You made several and multiple mistakes up to this point, and fuck you. But your shittiness, we need to help the Republic.
But Sunry is a murderer. I'm sorry, old friend, but you are. I can't approve of this. You go ahead, however, if that's what you think is best.
I'm glad you decided to see reason in this. If I'm convicted, it could cause trouble for the Republic Embassy here on Manaan. And none of us want that now, do we?
You're fucking lucky. Because, like, if it weren't the Sith, if it weren't Manaan, if it weren't the exact specific set of circumstances, I would absolutely have been like, you know what, I'll defend you, but I'm not gonna try very hard. Because like, the general consensus online is the appropriate solution to the Sunry trial is to get him to not give him the death sentence, but have him be arrested, because then the Republic can get him released later. But we have to help the Republic. Okay, we gotta level up for Jolie, so let's just do that real quick. Ooh, we actually get a feat for the old codger. Awesome. Well, toughness is always good, or Jedi defense. Lightsaber proficiency, not needed. Weapon proficiency, not needed. Special attacks, not needed. Maybe implants? Maybe. None of that's needed. None of that. Don't need 2-weapon fighting. Don't need armor. Don't need conditioning. Yeah, I say Jedi defense. Just get that improved as well. Alright, cool. Just make him more resilient. Now we get a power as well. What do I give him? Choke? Yeah, sure, choke. Why not? There we go. Alright, yes. And now that everything's all round up, let us go to trial. So the way the trial works is we're going to go through all the witnesses, and we can cross-examine them and ask questions. Basically, each question increases or decreases a specific judge's affinity for you. So you have to ask the right questions in the right order to get as many of the judges to as high as an affinity for you as possible. Because, like, one question may raise one judge's affinity but lower a different judge's affinity. There's 5 judges. So I'm going to do my best, but, I don't know. I don't exactly have this down to a science, so let's try. I'm ready to begin the trial. Are you certain, human? Once the trial has begun, it cannot be stopped. And once judgment is given, the case can never be reopened. Oh, double jeopardy. You must be certain your investigations are complete before you requested a trial. This is the role of the arbiter. Are you certain you wish to begin the trial now? Yes, let's do this. Very well, human. I shall advise the court and we will begin immediately. Let the record show that the trial of Sunry versus the Alpha City Authority has commenced. Proceeding are the judges Shekar, Joshua, Nikol Sharan, Kota, and Dula. This trial is to determine the culpability of Sunry in the death of Sith Elassa. Representing Sunry in his defense is a member of the Jedi Order. Do you have any opening statements? Yes. So you could try and force persuade, but it will not work on them. I will find Sunry innocent. That remains to be seen. Acting as prosecutor for Otho City Authority is an impartial observer from the Sith and impartial my ass.
It is an honor to see justice served. And I will see Sunry is executed for the crime he has committed.
That's not... Do not be too overzealous in pressing your commission, Sith. Yeah, that hardly sounds impartial to me. The first matter of business is the presentation of a sworn testimony by the proprietor, Ignis, of the hotel where the murder occurred. What is the testimony you wish to give us?
The man I saw leaving, Sunry, probably left after I heard the blaster shot.
The guilt of the accused is apparent even this early in the trial.
I thought we mind-controlled him. Oh, shit. Know your place, Sith. This is important evidence. The court will keep this in mind near the top of the list of pertinent facts. We will begin by calling forth the witness to the crime and taking their testimony. After each witness has given their testimony and you have cross-examined them, you may then ask the presiding judges for their opinions on the current state of the case. This is the special privilege given by Manon law only to the defendant, so use it wisely. The witness is Firth. The prosecution will question the witness first.
You are Firth Me, the well-known Pazak player. I wonder if we can trust the word of a gambler as reliable testimony.
I wonder if we could trust the word of a gambler's testament. Oh, fuck off. Objection, Your Honor. This man is clearly a Sith. I'm sorry, that's just force of habit. This man's clearly evil. I'm sorry, that's force of habit. This man clearly needs a swift kick in the balls. I think we can all agree on that one. This man is also... okay, wait, what is it? I know the legal term for this. Leading the witness? No, that's not lead. That's, berating the witness, Your Honor. Objection sustained. Ask the witness your questions and do it promptly.
Of course, Your Honor. Feareth me. What did you see the night of the murder?
Well, I came out into the hallway after hearing the blaster shot and saw Sunry over there limping down the hall out of the building.
A very obvious point, Your Honors. The accused was seen leaving the scene of the crime after the blaster that killed Elassa was fired.
A pertinent point, prosecutor. It is now the defense's turn to cross-examine the witness. So yeah, we have this big list of questions. We do not want to ask him all of them, because we will have problems if we do that. Elassa was a dark Jedi, isn't she?
Yes, from what I could tell. She carried a lightsaber under that cloak of hers.
Objection! That doesn't prove she was a Jedi.
No, this evidence is very important. It establishes the character of Elassa, and perhaps her intent in dealing with Sunry. Do you have additional questions? Actually, objection to his objection, Your Honor. You cannot actually equip a lightsaber unless you have levels in a Jedi class. Excuse me. Using game mechanics as my legal defense. Was the metal left behind at the crime scene a little too obvious?
I think it may have been. I mean, you'd have to be pretty stupid to leave something that important lying around, wouldn't you?
This argument has merit. Do you have additional questions? Did you actually see the murder happen?
You mean actually see him kill her with my own eyes? Well, no, but I don't think there could have been anyone else there.
Your point is well taken, Arbiter. Do you have additional questions? So, I've generally found that, pushing the narrative that, oh, he's a cripple, there's no way he could have killed her, doesn't really help, so I'm gonna skip that question. No additional questions, Your Honor. Very well. Would you like to use this opportunity to poll the judges? Sure, why not? Alright. Since the defense has no further questions, we will call in the second witness, the Rhodian Glupor. The prosecutor may question the witness.
Glupor the Rhodian, you were staying in the hotel the night of the murder and saw Sunry leaving Elassa's room, didn't you?
Yes, Glupor sees Sunry running down hallway, and when Glupor look in room, Sith woman dead on floor.
This is clear, then, that Sunry left the room with the Sith Elassa already dead behind him.
Perhaps. Sith, perhaps. It is the turn of the defense to question the witness now. Did you plant the metal on Elassa? Isn't the metal at the crime scene a little too obvious of a clue? Glupor not know why anyone leave things in someone else's room. Glupor just think these things happen. It is just odd. Yes, odd indeed. Do you wish to ask anything else? I would like... Hey, Glupor, tell the truth now. Did you plant the metal on Elassa?
Glupor.
Don't do it, Glupor.
The prosecution will be silent. Can we kick him in the balls? Boot to the head. What is it you wish to say, Glupor? Glupor paid by Sith to plant that metal.
Lies! Slander! I object!
I object to his objection! Are you certain of this, Glupor? Glupor certain. This new evidence puts the case into an entirely new light. Do you wish to ask the witness anything else? Did you see Sunry kill Elassa? Glooper not see Sunry really hurt Sith, but Glooper did see Sunry leaving room with dead Sith in it. But Glooper not see him really kill Sith. An important distinction. Do you wish to ask the witness anything else? I have no additional questions, Your Honor. Would you like to poll the judges at this time? Sure, why not? I think that Sunry could not have committed this crime. Ha-ha! Suck a dick. Sunry perhaps was not the killer. Ha-ha! Suck a dick! I cannot make my decision at this time? Ah, you suck. I do not believe Sunry, as well-standing Republic citizen, could have committed this crime. Ha-ha! Suck a dick! I cannot tell if Sunry killed Elassa, but I'm confident it will be proven. If the defense has no more questions, the court will call forth Elora, Sunry's wife.
You, Elora, are Sunry's lawful wife. Your husband was a hero in the last war between the Sith Empire and the Republic. He was crippled in that war. Do you not believe he'd blame the Sith for his injury?
Yes. I guess he would.
And there you have motive. Sunry seeks revenge on the Sith for what they did to him and killed Elassa.
A supposition for now, prosecutor. Does the defense have any questions for the witness? Yeah, I'm guessing that's why he slept with her, too. Sunry was a Republic war hero, wasn't he? Was it true your husband was having an affair with Elassa? I'm not sure exactly what good questions to ask for this one. Was it true your husband was having an affair with Elassa?
Yes. Yes, it was true. He was having an affair with that Sith harlot.
It seems painfully obvious that he killed her to keep her quiet about the affair.
Be silent. You have already questioned the witness, prosecutor.
He'd been seeing her for some time, I think. But he said he was going to change. He'd gone there that night to end it. We talked the night before and he'd promised. But now things have become so very complicated.
That is very enlightening evidence. It will influence our deliberations considerably. Stop using big words! Do you have any questions, Arbiter? It's just like every time the Sith, like, interjects, I just, like, force kick him in the balls a little. Just like, oh, I don't know what happened, Your Honor. It's like, I'm a Jedi, but I don't know how to use the Force. What are you talking about? Sunry was a war hero, wasn't he? I think I'm gonna leave it like that. I don't think questioning the wife is a good idea. Will you take this opportunity to poll the judges? Sure, why not? I think Sunry could not have committed this crime. Sunry was perhaps not the killer. I cannot make my decision yet. I do not believe Sunry is a well. I cannot tell. Okay. What remaining witnesses to call forth?
I wish to call forth Sunry himself, Your Honors.
Very well.
Are you a war hero, Mr. Sunry? You fought in wars against the Sith Empire, correct?
Yes, that's right. And I don't regret it either. The Republic needs its heroes.
Indeed. Would you say that you dislike the Sith? Even hate them?
Of course I hate them. Trying to take over the galaxy every chance they get, killing millions of innocents?
Pure politics. Were you in Elassa's room on the night of the murder?
Well, yes, I was. I had been having an affair with Elassa, my wife, yes. But I realized how wrong I'd been, and I was going there to end it.
You were having an affair with a Sith. You wanted to end it quickly and quietly, so you killed her from behind and tried to flee.
No, I
think we can see the answer clear enough, Mr. Sunry.
Do not interrupt the accused. In fact, I think you've said quite enough already, prosecutor. Do you have any questions to ask the accused, Arbiter? Yes, I do. You were going to end the affair. Would the Sith have objected?
Yes, I think they would. They wouldn't want to lose one of their sources, even though I didn't give them anything. They might have killed her for her failure. Or they might have thought she'd turn against them or something like that.
The Sith Empire is not the barbaric institution you portray it to be.
Terrorists! Terrorists! Be silent, prosecutor. This is a valuable point that leads to a credence in your defense, Arbiter. This lends some credence to your defense, Arbiter. Is there anything else you wish to ask the accused? The Sith are not barbaric. Terrorists. Nuked an entire planet. Millions dead. It's just like... Alana was a Sith spy, wasn't she?
Of course she was. Why would a young, beautiful Sith woman get with an old cripple like me?
No more questions, Your Honor. We take this opportunity to poll the judges? Sure. I think Sunry could not have committed the crime. Perhaps it's not the killer. I cannot make my decision. I do not have enough information to judge the case yet. Ah, fuck, it got worse. Okay.
I think the facts in this case are very straightforward. Sunry was having an affair with Elasa. He sought to end it, and the simplest, quickest method, given his hatred of the Sith, was to simply kill her. Witnesses saw Sunry fleeing the scene, and material evidence places him there at the time of the murder as well. I am confident that any informed observation of the facts will lead the judges, Your Honors, to this very conclusion.
Indeed, and your closing argument, Arbiter? Oh boy, oh boy, Elasa was a Sith spy, and the Sith are framing Sundry. I find that highly unlikely, Arbiter. Alright, we're just gonna ignore the whole cripple argument. The Sith... Sunry was ending the affair, so the Sith killed her.
The Sith would not leave the medal of her killer clutched in her hand.
Time for your arguments has passed, and you will do well to remember that. The Arbiter's arguments bring up a valid point. Is there anything else you would like to state? No one witnessed the murder. No one actually witnessed the murder, Your Honor. Truth.
Well, that doesn't mean a thing. He was there, running from the room.
If you speak out of turn again, you will be forcibly ejected from the court. The Arbiter speaks a valid fact. Is there anything else you would like... another point you would like to make? Like, Your Honors, if he gets forcibly ejected, may I be the one who forcibly ejects him? I have the force. Pick him up and throw him out of the room. Sunry was a cripple. They're obviously evil. My arguments are complete. Then the court will now deliberate amongst ourselves. This court hereby finds Sunry innocent of the murder of the Sith Elasa.
Your Honors!
Yeah!
No!
Obstructing justice! Oh, shit, did I say that out loud? The verdict has been delivered on this trial, and this trial is now over.
I knew you wouldn't let the Republic down.
Oh, Sunry, I'm so glad.
Elora, thank you for saving me. I don't know how I can repay you. Elora and I are going to leave here and get as far away from all this as soon as we can. I and the Republic will not forget what you've done for us. Thank you.
Whew. Alright, that was tough. Kind of sad that Jolie didn't say his line, but alright. Alright, well, now that all that's done, Sunry's trial is over, Human. You are no longer arbiter of the Cellcast Court. I cannot allow you into the cells. Alright, fair enough. I think I'll split that into 2 episodes. Well, either way, we are running out of time for this episode, so I think I'm going to end it off here. So hope you all enjoyed this episode. And in the next episode, we are going to be heading down to the swoop bike track in order to finish up that one last quest that I forgot about last episode. And then we're gonna be doing all the assassination stuff for the I don't know the name of that organization, so I just call them the But until then, I hope you have a fantastic day and see you all again. Have a great day, everybody. Bye-bye.